And welcome to the 25,000 subscriber special, massive and controversial Geekdom Q&A. And I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing to the channel. And I'm really, 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 really humble and blessed. I honestly never thought when I started this 6 months ago that I would be able to hit 25K in 6 months or whatever. I was hoping for 10K in a year, and I was really, really surprised. I really was, and I thank each and every one of you. And like always, I always tell you, let me know what you want. What kind of content do you want? I try to be different from everybody else. Let me know, and I'll do the best that I can. So, joining me for this special Q&A, I appreciate you guys' support, and I also want you to support these gentlemen. We've got a trinity of the holy trinity from the bloody pond in the Home for Infinite Losers. But these guys are not losers. So, first of all, the man who has the most critically acclaimed Q&A that I've ever done. Here is his channel, so go subscribe. I'm showing it to you. Mr. Hail Zeon is back. Hello, Mr. Zeon.
I am back, bitches. I hope you enjoy the show.
That's right. Now, by the way, I like how you have Mr. Zeon's Wild Ride. Ironically enough, if you hop on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, it does end in hell. So, fitting for what we're doing here. All right, next up, I'm going to hop over here. A man who hasn't been on the channel yet, but I do respect. And every time that you hear me whisper Clayyyyton, it's because of my adoration for this man. He is, I guess, formerly Duct Tape. Now he's just going by Clay from Comic Corner. I guess the C kind of has that alliteration.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's because QAAMAN's been saying my name so much in his Twitch stream that I just dropped it and just went with Clay.
Go subscribe to
So
this
hey
guy.
guys.
And by the way, you should yeah, you call him Quinny. But and by the way, I find it funny here. A couple other guys, Kendamu and Living Ichigo, two good channels here to subscribe to. There's your boy Jay. And then finally, last but not least, the first guy I ever collaborated with. Really, the first guy to ever be my original partner before QAAMAN, before BLACKENFIST, before anybody, before Josh, Super Jayain.
Hello there, beautiful friends from around the world. I will be your host, Black and Balls. How's it going, guys?
Yes, and here is his channel. Go subscribe to it right now. So I'll close out of this. Let's get to some of these questions, gentlemen. Go ahead, Jay, Super Jayain. You were the first one to talk to me, so go ahead and start the very first one. Let's do it. Right there.
Okay. Hopefully these people aren't illiterate and they can actually read and write properly.
Oh, you just wait.
It's an oversight? Do you think it's an oversight that Goku and Vegeta needed to contact Whis to travel to their planet? After absorbing and retaining God Ki, Goku should be able to use instant transmission. You're supposed to say instantaneous movement, buddy. In relation to deities now. Never stopped him from going to King Kai's, supposed to say Kaio sometimes, buddy. Supreme Kai's planet.
Kaioshin.
Yeah, Kaioshin. That's very interesting. It's a good point. The fact that Goku has God Ki at that stage in the series when he is on Whis' planet, you think that he should be able to use instantaneous movement to get there. The fact that he says he can't sense them, but he can sense, Kaio-sama, Kaioshin, like all those people, he should be able to sense Beerus and Whis, but yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things in Dragon Ball. It's like the same thing as when they say, only 2 people can go into the Room of Spirit and Time, but in the Buark, that's completely changed. And apparently 4 people can then go in. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Inconsistencies in Dragon Ball.
I will say this. One of the big misconceptions in the community, and it's not really the community's fault. This is not one where it's like people just write their own headcanon, is that people assume that Whis is a god. And actually, it's never stated in any of the material that Whis is actually a god. You have to remember, in Dragon Ball, being a god is more of a rank than an actual, race or whatever, or a being. So, in the movie, of course, Fakatsu no F, not only is there a scene where Beerus says, I'm the god out of both of us, which I guess implies that Whis is not a god, but also, Whis says, I'm a being named Whis. And I always took that as Whis is like a being above a god. Zeon,
yeah, that's true, but Beerus is a god, so it still doesn't add up. Even if he's asleep, he's still a god.
I see what you mean. Well, maybe his key's suppressed. I don't know. Zeon, do you have any thoughts?
Pretty much I agree with Jay. I mean, it's just one of those oversights in the series. I mean, Goku should be able to technically sense God Ki at this point since he's obtained God Ki now. Like, he is a god by this point in the series. So he should have been able to sense beers and be able to use instantaneous movement to get there. Also, they never really explain like how he even contacts Whis. It's just like, oh yeah, like we had to contact Whis to get here. It's
I mean,
like,
Bulma did it.
yeah, Bulma is just like, I have ice cream, and he's just like, ooh, ice cream. And it's like somehow they like the Oracle fish is just like you have a call.
It's like with
Yeah.
women, bro. If you're around women, you flash a little money, and they all of a sudden appear. So
This is true. This is
magic.
true.
Clay, do you have anything to add?
Nah, man. I think this is a really, really good point. He should have been able to go back home, but hey, it's an oversight.
When are you gonna go home, Clay? Is what I want to know.
I am
That's
home.
a super
I'm
inside
drinking
joke.
so much root beer.
I actually might go get some of that myself. No, I will say this, folks. Clay is the I guess the administrator for the Comic Corner. So whenever we get comic book questions that confuse the fuck out of me, I'm gonna go to you, Clay. And actually, I'm gonna with this Q&A, I may actually jump around because I don't know if I want to just do down to up. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. Zeon, take this one.
All right. Do you think that SSG SS is greater than SSG?
Yes.
Don't forget that SSG is a ritualistic transformation. Unless you see a fiery aura and red hair, it is not SSG. SSG simply incorporates some God
Wrong.
Ki, which Goku retained. There has not been any stated information about like what exactly SSG SS is, exactly how much God Ki is used. And people need to stop making fucking assumptions until we get some definite information.
Yeah, and that's from Mitchell Yode. Yeah, thank you, Zeon. And the thing is that I'm kind of sick of this whole this community battle. I mean, I almost feel like it's never gonna end until we see blue-haired Goku blowing up a galaxy or something. It's just listen, okay, yes, SSG is original transformation. Yeah, I get that, but I made a video about it. Go watch my video, the origin of Super Saiyan got Super Saiyan, and it pretty much tells you from based on Dokkan battle. Again, we have not seen this in the series, but I'm actually I feel very good about it based on not just Dokkan battle, but what Goku says in Resurrection F Japanese version. Basically, he taps into God power, he trains with it, and then he figures out how to master it, and that's how you get SSGSS. There's no way that the blue-haired is weaker than the red.
And he does have a fiery aura. It's a fiery blue aura, not a fiery red aura. Anyone who associates Super Saiyan God being stronger than Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is a fucking retard, and that's all I'll say.
I love it. This is very controversial. Now, Clay is the nicest guy out of the four of us. Do you have anything to add to this?
I do believe you're right. The blue form should be stronger than the red form. But the thing that I really, really don't like about these kinds of questions is that we still don't have much information.
Headcanon.
Yeah.
Well,
We don't have any information on these things, man.
No, but I think all of us are smart enough to piece together. Just think about it like this. Very, very, very rarely will Toriyama ever create a new form that's weaker than the last. Kid Buu was different because Kid Buu was the original version of Majin Buu. That's a different kind of situation, but you'll rarely have him introduce a new form that's weaker than the previous one. It's just, it just doesn't make sense. Now, one thing I am going to be doing, since there's four of us on the line, is I'm going to be directing a question to each one of you guys individually, so that way each question doesn't take up like 15 minutes, each person giving their thoughts. But if you have a comment, just jump in. But if I don't go to you guys, don't take it personal. It's just that I'm going to just kind of rotate it. That way everybody has a chance to talk. So, next one I'll do. Well, actually, fuck it. Clayyyyton, do this one.
All right. What does Whis do when Beerus is asleep?
Masturbate.
Same goes for Right?
Go ahead.
You got 30 years. Same goes for Elder Kai and Kibito Kai. What do they think? I am tired. What do they do in that realm in times of peace? It seems very boring and empty at Beerus's place and the realm of Kai's.
Well, I mean, dude, it's like in with Kami, for years in Dragon Ball, this guy was the god of Earth, and all he did was just stand up there and watch and look at things,
I assume they just watch people fuck and masturbate.
That's what I would do if I were God. But I'm a pervert.
You wouldn't have to pay for internet.
Of course
Right.
not. Does internet even exist in Dragon Ball? It does, but not until Yosungoku and his friends return. I mean, this is one of those unanswerable questions. I guess what Whis does is just kind of train, but I almost have this feeling that Whis is like this omnipotent being that doesn't even need to do any of that shit. He just knows everything, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Maybe he goes around eating. He seems to do a lot of that.
Yeah, I guess. I guess. All right, now this is kind of a stupid question. All right, if you could decide between 100 episodes of Super with awesome villain story, etc., or 200 plus episodes with a good story, similar to GT, which one would you pick? That's very stupid because this is one of those, I don't know if you guys will agree, feel free to jump in, but this is one of those questions where it's like, okay, why would I care about how long something is if it's good? Like, I don't like this idea that longer is better. I really don't like that. Super could be 50 episodes. If every episode is quality, it's going to be a better series than GT or than whatever. Like, you know, to me, it's just, who the fuck cares? I don't want 200 episodes of Dragon Ball if it sucks. Like, I don't understand the mentality behind this. I mean, look at fucking, you know, they're not horrible movies, but the Lord of the Rings movies, they're long, but they're not that great. You know, especially the Hobbit movies. They're 3.5 hour cuts of those movies that put me to fucking sleep. So why would I waste time watching something that's not that good?
You watched The Hobbit?
I watched all 3 of them, bro.
That is the one thing that caught my attention.
Yeah, I saw them in theaters.
You freaking watched The Hobbit.
I did.
I watched them in theaters. I regret it.
You paid to watch The Hobbit?
No, you can't say that because they are well-made movies. It's just that they're so goddamn long.
I understand that, but like,
Clayyyyton.
I would not be able to sit through 3 hours of that.
I'm not probably never gonna do it again. So, does anybody have any other thoughts on this?
I'm just gonna say it's not the size of the series; it's how you use it.
Yep, I agree.
See, it's really sad that you believe that, though. I'm not talking about what you're thinking.
All right. I'm not going to jump on that one right now. Do you think Darth Plagueis could have figured out a way to kill Majin Buu? I don't know. Zeon, what do you think?
What the fuck's a Darth Plagueis?
It's some Star Wars.
It's obviously it's a Star Wars, some expanded universe shit. I don't know.
Well, it was the guy that Palpatine mentioned could like prevent life from happening. No, because he got killed by Palpatine, so obviously Majin Buu could kill him. I mean,
yeah.
Right? That's from Majin Soul, by the way. We're about to get to some of the dirty questions here. All right, this one's for Clayyyyton. Black Bolt versus SSJ3 Gotenks in a screaming match.
I'd go with Black Bolt on this one.
Is it because you're black?
Yes, absolutely.
That's the reason.
But oddly enough, Black Bolt is white.
Who the fuck is typing so damn loud? Jeez, I can hear it. All right, if Videl can use Ki to fly, why doesn't she ever use a Ki blast to fight? Veku punch. That's a very good question. Anybody want to take Jay? What do you think?
If I remember correctly, she does use one in her fight with Spopovich, doesn't she?
No, I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
I know Spopovich fires one at her.
Yeah, I think she just never learned how to properly use one.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things. Videl never got a lot of character development. You could argue the whole female in Dragon Ball thing, that some of the female characters don't get anywhere near as much character development. I'd say that's more what it is, because once Videl learnt how to fly with Gohan, and then once Videl kind of became Gohan's love interest, you know, she started falling for Gohan. That was really her role in the series. So, and watching Videl fight, I mean, she probably could use a Ki blast if she really practiced or learnt. Like, I don't know, she probably learnt how to, for all we know. But either way, it doesn't really matter, because it wouldn't have done anything against any serious opponent in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Zeon, do you have anything to add to this?
Like, the only thing I could really think of is just, I mean, mastering a Ki blast is completely different from flying. It's kind of like, why was Kid Goku able to launch a Kamehameha, but he couldn't fly? It's two different types of Ki manipulation.
One's Ki, one's Bukijutsu, so it's two different things. But, you imagine seeing as she saw, I'm just writing my own headcanon here, but you imagine that if she saw Goten do it, she'd be curious and want to learn about it. So.
Right.
I've seen how anime is made, 20,000 or more frames, but not 20,000 drawn pictures. That's just stupid. Okay, I'm not gonna answer this. I've already answered this question. All right. This isn't really a question. I've already talked about this in the past, so I'm just gonna skip it. All right.
You get those too, dude.
We all get the same retarded questions. Look at this one. Happy birthday, follow sweet cake. All right, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but all right. Duct tape. Take this one.
what if Master Roshi joined the Z Fighters in the fight against Nappa and Vegeta with or without training from Kami?
Well, there's a theory
Hmm.
out there that Roshi's a lot stronger than we give him credit for. I don't know if I believe that though. What do
I
you think?
mean, I mean, I could see him reading Playboy in the back.
But I mean, that's what he did anyways. I'm talking about could he compete with these guys? I mean, maybe he could take out a Saibai man. That's the best I could think of.
Oh, you mean in the actual fight? Right. No,
Yeah, that's
no.
why it says, what if Roshi joined the Z Fighters? Zeon, do you have anything to add to
Yeah.
this?
He'd get his ass kicked.
I think
He
so
would get his
too.
ass kicked hard. There's like not even a contest there. Like, I mean, they were on a whole nother level at that point.
I mean,
No.
compared to Nappa and Vegeta, he is actually an elderly man,
Yeah.
a weak
I mean,
elderly man.
okay, I would just say like Chaozu joined that fight, and the Muten Roshi didn't. What does that tell you?
Yeah. What does that tell you? All right, Master Roshi versus Yoda. I'm gonna go with Roshi. Is Champa a god of destruction from the same universe as Beerus is? We don't know the answer to this yet, but it's very much implied that he's from Universe 6. If anybody wants to add to that, feel free, but there's not really much I can say. Is it Beerus or Beers? The answer is it's both, right, Zeon?
Correct.
But one thing it's
Like,
definitely
because-
not is Bills, but go ahead.
Yeah, because the whole pun, because his phonetically what his name is in Japanese, Birisu, which is supposed to be a translation of beers, which is the name pun, beer, obviously. But they wanted to try and keep, but Beerus is just as equally valid because of how it's said. So yeah, they're both equally valid.
Yes, Bills is not, though. I'm going to rapid fire some of these because they're quick. For example, how many times are there in Dragon Ball? We believe there's 4. Most of the community does. QAAMAN did a video called the QAAMAN's Timeline Theory, which pretty much covers this in detail. Are the timelines same as universes? No, that is not the same. Every universe has their own alternate timeline. Make more videos. That's what I'm doing right now. So there are timelines within universes. I'm confused. Yes, there are timelines within universes, all right? Do you drink beer? I guess everybody can kind of hop in on this one. I don't drink anymore.
I do.
I don't.
I do from time to time.
What are your...
Well, not beer anyway.
do you drink beers? No. Jay, what is your preferred beverage?
I like, even though it's a cheap Mexican beer, I like Corona. Corona's good beer.
Dos
Cheap.
Equis for me.
Everything from Mexico is cheap, like Juan. No, but go ahead.
I like
Uh,
just rum.
Or Asahi. Asahi's a Japanese beer. That's a good one.
Like TV
Never had
Asahi.
Asahi.
What episode are you on now on DBZ as you watch with your fiance? I believe we're on 151. How do you look like? Fat. Do you watch Fairy Tail? If so, do you know a lot about the characters? This one's right for Zeon.
I've actually had this question a few times. I've never seen fucking Fairy Tail. Like I'm not interested in picking up another long format shonen series
Me neither.
because they're all kind of the same show, and honestly, there are way more interesting and dynamic shows that I could be watching instead.
I agree. And we know.
I watched it.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I originally got into it because I saw Plu from Rave Master, and I used to love Rave Master.
Who?
It's you never watched Rave Master?
No, I don't watch TV that much, honestly.
Oh, it was back when Toonami was, huge.
This next question's fucking retarded.
All right, let's hop to the next one, bro. Who would you say would win in a fight between Super Android 17 versus East Shenron, and between Baby Vegeta versus Nova Shenron? Who would be? How can it be different? It was a 2 versus 2 fight. That's gonna go to Zeon because he's a GT guy, but also we all know the answer to this from Jordan Tyler. What do you have to say about it, Zeon?
As far as Baby Vegeta versus Shujing Long, he would Baby Vegeta get his ass kicked hard. Unless he's in his Uzaru form, which I'm pretty sure he still get his ass kicked hard.
Me too.
Super 13,
Super 17.
Super 17. Yeah, he can absorb ice. Like, he absorbs ki, not ice, so he wouldn't be able to get stronger during the fight. So he's gonna get wrecked too.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Yeah, like the evil dragons would pretty much dominate that fight.
And hence why it's a retarded question.
It is a retarded question, Jordan Tyler, but not really retarded. It's a decent question, but you have to understand, Jordan. You know, that's the other thing. The views expressed by Super Jayain, Zeon, and Clay do not necessarily reflect those of mine, even though we agree on a lot of things. They do not necessarily reflect those of Geekdom 101 or any of his partners. But
I didn't call anybody retarded. That was all Jay.
I guess you're right, but you're
I
going.
didn't call Jordan retarded. I just said it's a retarded question.
That's true. That is a good point. That is a good point. But no, you guys have to understand when you watch the series that the dragons are not the early ones, but the last 3 are very, very dangerous.
What do you feel like?
Gaby's on the call right now. Gaby, you know we're recording a video right now?
Is Gosling
Gaby.
or is Tuna?
Gaby, you're ruining my video, Gaby. Gaby. This is live.
Gaby!
This is live right here.
You never know what happens.
Who invited Gaby in here? I like Gaby, but she can't hear
She was
us.
originally in the call.
Oh, okay.
Gaby!
She must have accidentally got back in the call without us knowing. Gaby.
Oh, hi. Sorry.
Yo,
Hello.
Gaby, we're in the middle of recording a video, Gaby.
I know. I can see. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just, can you mute yourself for just a few minutes?
Sure. How do I do that? I'll just leave the call. Don't worry.
You can come back. It's just that we're right in the middle of it. And this, by the way, I'm not editing any of this. So
Oh, okay. Sorry.
people are gonna hear you now. But no, it's fine.
All right. Well, hi and bye then.
No, we'll get back to you. She's gone.
Oh, she left.
Damn it. I hope she doesn't think she didn't get offended. It was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. All right.
It was.
All right. Super Cooler versus base form Goku from Super. All right. That's a retarded question. Base.
What the fuck's a super cooler?
I think he's talking about. I think he's talking about Cooler in his 5th form. I think. Okay. Come on. Did you not see what base Goku from? Well, I guess what part of Super, but base form Goku in post Kid Buu would wreck this fucking guy, especially if it's Resurrection F God Key Kid Goku. Or, I'm sorry, base form Goku. Is it before or after the God form? Like, okay, maybe before he absorbed the God power, he had, Cooler might have had a chance, but after, no chance. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, I mean, Super Cooler, he wasn't like, that much stronger than base Goku. Once Goku went Super Saiyan, like, he gets the shit kicked out of him hard. It's not even a contest. So yeah, like, I'm pretty sure by Dragon Ball Super, yeah, base Goku would kind of kick the shit out of him. No Kaioken required.
Yeah, I think you're right. This next one's for all of us, but I'm gonna start with Clay and then kind of go with the rest of you guys. Okay, what's your favorite fusion, transformation, Shadow Dragon, and hairstyle in Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super from Zemla Full Power SSG? Oh, and by the way, folks, we're recording this a few weeks early, so these questions are probably going to be like, you're not going to see them in the future Q&As or in the ones before, but that's why. Okay, Clay, favorite fusion, go.
Vegeta.
Favorite transformation?
Super Saiyan 4.
Favorite Shadow Dragon?
Ice.
And hairstyle?
I like Gohan's.
Which one? He's got a few.
You know the one that he has now in Super. It looks cool.
Okay. Jay, your favorite fusion?
Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Transformation.
It's a toss-up, but I'd have to probably go Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, then Super Saiyan 4.
Okay, and then Shadow Dragon.
The 1-star Dragon.
And hairstyle.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I like all of them.
Yeah, they're all good. I like Trunks when he has. I like Vegeta obviously, but I'd have to go. I like future Trunks when he comes out of the room of spirit and time and he's got his hair tied up. I think that was sick because when he goes Ascended Super Saiyan or Grade 2, he basically rips out of the hair tie. I thought that was pretty cool.
I like how you said Ascended Super Saiyan.
I gotta cater to both communities. I gotta try at least try to cater to communities.
That's like calling him Mark Hercule. No. Zeon, your favorite fusion?
SS4 Gogeta.
Yeah, that one was kind of OP. I see. That's actually mine. I'll say mine last, but transformation.
SS4.
And Shadow Dragon.
The 4-star Dragon.
And hairstyle.
Pretty much the exact same thing Jay was saying, but whenever he goes Super Saiyan 1 and his bangs kind of flare out and his ponytail sticks out, like before he snapped his hair tie. Like,
Yeah.
that I thought looked really fucking cool, and I really wish we had seen more of that kind of style of hair from him.
He had that in Super Butoden 1, I remember the game. My favorite fusion is Vegito, even though I do like Gogeta from GT because he's very powerful. Favorite transformation is SS, God SS, followed by SS2. Shadow Dragon, I'd have to go with the Fire Dragon, like you said, Zeon. I call him the Fire Dragon, it's just easier. You know who I'm talking about. I just think he's the coolest one. And then hairstyle is probably Bulma's hairstyle in Dragon Ball when she has that one wacky thing to the side, because if she was a real girl, I'd fuck her with that hair. Then again, I fuck her with most hairstyles. All right, I'll run through this one quick here. Went back and watched your anime tag video and learned that you used to do hip-hop reviews. I pretty much agree with your opinion on the current state of affairs concerning hip-hop and was wondering what your top 5 all-time albums are. Warning, I may unsub if Illmatic is not there somewhere. Well, it is there, so you're not going to unsub, but if you do, I wouldn't give a shit. Actually, I would. I like Majin Soul. He did leave the best comment ever recently on a video, but all right, top 5 off the top of my head for me. I'll just go through these quickly. Black Star, Talib Kweli and Mos Def, Me Against the World, Illmatic. What the fuck was it? Probably Black on Both Sides from Mos Def, because I love Mos Def, and probably Reasonable Doubt by... Actually, no. Reasonable Doubt's up there, but no. Life After Death from Notorious B.I.G. That's my other 5th one. I love that album. All right. Daveman Realm, top 15 things you probably didn't know about Goku says Yamcha is based off Journeys to the West, but I approve he's based on a character from Dr. Slump, Suku Soon. Yes, you're right. All right. All right. Now we get to the good ones. All right. These two are the same, so I'm just going to delete this one. All right. Kill, marry, or fuck, marry, kill. I think we've gone through some of these, but let's do it. Videl, Chi-Chi, or Bulma. Pick one to marry, pick one to kill, and pick one to fuck. Clayyyyton, who would you marry, fuck, or kill?
Marry Videl, kill Chi-Chi, fuck Bulma.
Okay, and Zeon.
Oh, I don't want to pick. This is hard. Let's see. And man, I'm probably gonna end up pissing off Jay with this one. Okay. Marry Chi-Chi, fuck Videl, unfortunately kill Bulma.
Wait a minute. I need to know why. Wait, why? Why would you marry Chi-Chi?
Dude, man, I don't know, man. I got a thing for, like, bitchy, domineering women. I don't know, man.
We're
and
finding...
We learned a little bit about you today.
Yes, we
hey,
learned...
man, there's a reason my personal headcanon is Chi-Chi fucks like a beast, okay?
I'll bet she does.
I'll bet she
seriously,
does.
man, as aggressive as she is, man, she'd probably go fucking Kaioken on orgasm.
Oh my god, well she did during the God of Junior saga. People think that really happened. Jay, what do you think?
Kill. I would kill Chi-Chi, marry Bulma, and fuck Videl.
I would too. Now, is the reason that you would go that route because Bulma's rich? Because that's the reason I would fuck Bulma.
Yes
I
and
mean,
no.
marry Bulma, marry Bulma.
If I was an anime character, the 2 hottest anime characters in Dragon Ball for mine are Bulma and 18. So
Just like
18's
Josh.
18's not on the list, so yeah, I'll go Bulma.
Well, I like Marin, but she is filler, and I want to fill her. No, but Bulma. Okay, you could marry either Bulma or Videl, and you'd be okay. Those are kind of interchangeable because they're both rich. Bulma has bigger tits though, so I mean, you know. But if you're gonna marry Bulma, you're gonna end up fucking her anyway. So I mean, it's a win-win. I'm not gonna watch this video right now. I'm sorry. I don't really care about Lewy Senpai. I have no problem with the guy. I don't know who he is, but I'm on other people's time right now, so I can't do it. All right, Yasin Benamer. This is for Zeon. Have you watched Hunter x Hunter 2011?
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
Is it really?
It's one of my favorite animes. Like it's definitely it's probably the best shonen action series I've seen. Though it's really light on the action, oddly enough.
Clay, what do you think?
I loved it, man. Kurapika was by far my favorite character
Like ever, or just in that show?
in the show.
Who's
He had what was that?
Who's your favorite fictional character of all time?
That would have to be Blue Beetle.
Really? That's a good pick.
Yep.
That's a random ass pick too. Shit.
Well, he's a comic guy. I mean, Booster Gold would be
Right?
another good one.
Booster Gold's fucking
Specifically
awesome.
the teenage one too.
Well, hopefully we'll get more comic questions. I'm going to jump through so you can really dig into them here. Jay.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
a fucking good.
All right, Jay, go ahead.
Do you think it would be a good idea if Boo trained Mr. Satan? I think that would be a great comedic relief for the series, and I would thoroughly enjoy seeing that. I mean, Mr. Satan's relevant in the series because he does actually help Goku and Vegeta in the Boo arc, and even though he's kind of like comedic relief, he is still a part of the main cast in a way for me. But that would be awesome to see him being trained by Boo. But he would lose some of his comedic relief, in my opinion, if he was being trained by Boo and he was actually strong.
Yeah, I agree. If anybody wants to jump in on that, let me know, or else I'll move on.
The only thing I can really say is, like, I mean, it would be great for, like, you know, seeing, like, little comedic slice of life stuff with Mr. Satan and Boo, but I don't think it would do anything, because, like, I mean, Majin Buu really isn't known as being a fighter. He's just kind of indestructible. He can turn things into candy. He's, like, really just naturally powerful. So I don't know if he could really teach Mr. Satan anything, considering all of his, you know, what makes him such a threat is his indestructibility and his abilities.
Yeah, I don't know what else he could really teach him at all. And plus, Boo does not seem like he doesn't seem like that great of a trainer. Now, next question here, Zeon, take this one.
There are 4 gods of creation or supreme kais for every universe. Like, are there four gods of creation or supreme kais for every universe? Like, there's gods of destruction for every universe. Probably.
Well, we don't actually know if there are gods of destruction in every universe. We don't know that. That's to take one of your phrases, Zeon. That's worthless fucking headcanon. We know that Champa might be the god of destruction for Universe 6. We don't know if there's 12 of them. We don't know. That was what happened was in the movie. Beerus says, "Don't you think there's tougher guys out there in other universes?" He says there's 12 universes. He never says there's a god of destruction for every universe. However, it is implied from Champa in the Dragon Ball Super manga that there are other Kaios in other universes, because he refers to the old Kai and Kibito Kai as the Kaios of Universe 7. So that implies that there are other Kaios in other universes.
I'm taking this next one, by the way.
All right. It's yours, bro.
All right. Broly was stated to be the strongest movie villain of them all except Beerus. Was it over-exaggerated, or could it possibly be true? Well, depending on who stated this, the person who stated this is a fucking retard. Because apart from Beerus, I can name a couple.
I'm sorry. Go.
Damn, dude.
Because apart from Beerus, I can name 2 right off the top of my head. Janempa would trash Broly, and so would Hirudegarn. So
Yes.
you do the math. Seriously, that's a fucking retarded question.
Anybody want to add to that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, Dave's fucking right, man. Like, Broly is nowhere near. Like, I mean, you know, he's kind of high up there, but yeah, there are plenty of friggin' movie villains that are way stronger than Broly.
It's just the typical Broly jack-off session that not everybody, some of this fan base has. And like I've said a million times before, if Broly is your favorite character, if he's your favorite villain, if you want to create Broly hentai and Broly yaoi and Broly fan fiction all day, that's fine, that's your business. But if you're going to sit there and actually believe that Broly has a chance against anybody from Majin Buu and up, I think you're fucking stupid. Just pay attention to the series and you'll know better. That's the way I see it.
I don't get people. I just don't get the fucking Broly worship. I mean, he was a really one-dimensional villain. Yeah, like he wrecked the shit out of, you know, the Z Fighters, but that's what every movie villain does.
Every movie villain does that.
Yeah, like every friggin' movie villain, like, wrecks the shit out of the heroes until some Deus Ex Machina comes up, and then Goku, or whoever the hell's the main character in the movie, Gohan in some cases, you know, one-shots him, and then that's it. Movie over.
And it's interesting because the movie right before the Broly movie, which was the Android 13 movie, he was very similar. He had spiky hair, and he was blue and buff, and but people just gravitate towards Broly. Again, I've said it before. I think part of it has to do with that Budokai 3 intro where Broly's like fighting with Gogeta, and somehow people believe that Broly actually has the power to even touch Gogeta, when you know, realistically speaking, Gogeta would murder him with one punch if he wanted to. It's just
like Gogeta would. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, use your head meat, you fucking retard. Okay, listen. Super Saiyan 3 was getting beaten by Janempa, so that right there, you know, Janempa would instantly trash Broly. Then they fuse 2 Super Saiyan 2s or 2 Super Saiyans. I'm gonna get out of that habit. Fuse into Gogeta, and then they beat Janempa. It's not hard to deduct which one is stronger.
It really isn't. It really isn't. You're right. Just there's a podcast that Kanzenshu did called Dispelling Dragon Ball Rumors with Critical Thinking. I'm thinking about making a video version of this, actually. Maybe with you guys on it, because you guys got to use your head here. Why do people think Oob is becoming irrelevant as Dragon Ball Super progresses? Now, what he's talking about is people are believing that that the end of Z is going to be written over. Oob is part of manga. Toriyama has not forgotten about him. Well, first of all, before you guys say anything, just because something's part of the manga does not mean that Toriyama is suddenly going to remember. I mean, he forgot Launch and several other things. That's actually a misnomer, like a motherfucker. The question I think he wants to know is, I think the real question here is, do we think that the end of Dragon Ball, the end of the manga, the end of Dragon Ball Z is going to get written over? I don't think so, but there's a lot of people who think it will be. What do you think? John, hop in, anybody.
I don't think.
I don't.
You go first, Jay.
I was gonna say like I don't think it's gonna get written over, but I do think that like Oob as a character is gonna be way less relevant because by the time like Super comes to a close, these characters are gonna be at such a ridiculous tier that the idea of even training Oob as some sort of future savior of humanity is gonna be a ridiculous, stupid fucking idea. And
that's a good point.
He is becoming less relevant of a character the stronger these characters get. Like, I mean, if they, had just progressed naturally throughout that 10-year gap, fine. But if they're fucking fighting beings like Beers and Greater, and they're, like, disrupting the balance of the whole goddamn universe, what the fuck is Oob gonna do?
I agree, unless they're planning on giving Oob a major power upgrade, which I just don't see happening. Jay, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, I pretty much echo Zeon's sentiments. I mean, I don't think they're going to write over the top of Oob at the end of Dragon Ball, and I don't think they're going to write over the top of GT. If anything, though, that's what the whole purpose of this alternate universe thing is for me. That's what I think is going to happen. I mean, they make too much money off GT as well, so I know he's not asking about GT, but Oob is in GT, so I find it relevant. I just think that, they won't leave Oob out of the series. He will still be a part of the series.
I just wonder if Super's actually going to retell the end of the manga. I'm curious about that. Zeon, take it.
If Goku and Vegeta had Potara earrings on and Shenlong activated the Potara first when they finger touched each other, and then Goku and Vegeta do the fusion dance, would that make Gogeta a fusion between... What the fuck?
I
don't know. Understand this question.
Okay, okay. Oh, wait. Why does he say if Shenlong activated the Potara? I don't know. Shenlong does not activate the Potara. The Potaras activate themselves. I think he means if they put the Potara on and then fuse and then do the fusion dance. But the minute you put the Potara on, you jump into each other. Yeah, that's impossible. Yeah. I asked the same question to Expert Games. Yeah, well, fuck you for that, with all due respect, because I hate when people ask all of us the same question. It is irritating.
For all we know, if it does work, they're just going to be some, like, two-headed monster.
Yeah, for all we know. We don't know shit, is basically what you're saying. Jay, do you have any thoughts on any of this?
No, I can't really add to what you guys have said. I think it's a stupid question.
Yeah. Now, Majin Soul's going to be asking some questions here. This hip-hop one, I'm saving that for another Q&A, which you may have already seen. So I'm going to just hop into questions that kind of I think that the people who I have here could help answer. And this one right here, Himura Kenshin versus General Tao in a sword duel. We never see Tao use a sword, so I don't understand why it would even be a question. But Tao would just blow him away with the Donpa. Zeon, do you have anything to add?
Kenshin is a fucking badass. He's not Dragon Ball tier. Like, I love fucking Rurouni Kenshin. Mercenary Tao, even, like, the closest thing he has... Oh, wow, I would call him Mercenary... Whatever. Yeah, even, like that freaking blade arm thing he has. Like, he's just way too strong. He's not gonna be able... Like, Kenshin can't overcome that shit.
The fact that he can rip a tree out of the ground and launch the tree thousands of feet into the air would suggest that Tao Pai Pai is a lot stronger.
Wait, correct me if I'm wrong, because my memory is full of gaps, but... Isn't General Tao the dude that licked a dude to death?
Yes. He licked... Yeah. Well, I mean, I licked a chick to death once, but not a dude. Yeah, that's him. And ironically enough, the dude who he licked was gay. So... Go figure. For real. All right. This next one up here is going to be totally for Clayyyyton. I can't wait for it. But first, Jay, take this one, brother.
All right. Do you think Whis could be a Kai of time or something like it? How else could he know everything he does? or did he watch Goku for entertainment while Beerus slept? I mean, this
Kenny
again,
Owens
this is it's just one of those things that hasn't been explained enough yet. All we have is he's a being named Whis. That's all we have.
Yeah, I don't know
And
if he's the Kai of Time, but he does have the
Yeah.
ability to manipulate time. That we do
Yeah,
know.
the Supreme Kai of Time is a non-canon character, and he's out of the video games. But I mean, I don't think Whis is a Supreme Kai of Time or even related to them. All we have is he's a being named Whis, and I think he's the most overpowered character in the show, and I don't think he's gonna have any. Like, I really can't answer that because we don't have an explanation. If I had to speculate, though, I have trouble believing until at least the end of Super Whis will even get surpassed. He's that powerful.
I can't wait. I don't know how you guys feel, but I cannot wait for the moment when this guy actually fights for real. Like I'm thinking about if they. It's too bad Kikuchi's not around, bro. Kikuchi would have done the most amazing thing. If they do something where like Beerus gets his ass kicked and Whis has to take his gloves off to fight, bro, and actually has to fight, and he actually fights, bro, and just tears somebody a new asshole, bro, I may literally jack off until okay, what was Zeon? What did you say in your get fucked video? I might jack off until my penis has been worn down past its phallic glory or something to that exchange.
Yeah,
Because
something to that effect.
I can't wait to see something like that. All right, yeah, we don't know. All right, duct tape. This is for you.
Do you think if Goku trained hard enough with it that he could be able to refine instantaneous movement? I remember Nightcrawler from Age of Apocalypse could perform instant amputations by only teleporting parts of people at a time.
Which is scary. Yeah, go ahead.
This is dark and cheap, and
Like
I don't think
you're dark and
Goku
cheap.
would use it.
You're
Screw you, man.
That's actually a good
Friggin'
question.
cheap shot.
No.
I always assume that he could already do that. Like if he screwed up somehow, like it would end bad.
What do you think?
That's how
no, go ahead.
that's how I always think like teleportation moves work. Like you either do it right or you screw up and someone's losing a limb.
I think it would depend on how strong the person is. If somebody's really powerful, they can probably dodge it or avoid it. But you're right. He would move so fast that he could just grab the guy, boom, boom, and then I guess it would be possible. But we just never see it. Anybody want to add to that?
Not really. I don't know much about Like I know Nightcrawler's from X-Men, but I don't know much about Age of Apocalypse, so I can't really comment.
All right. Why didn't Dende create a new dragon when he became the Guardian? He did. I don't understand that. He did.
I think they're wondering why he used the old dragon instead of making an all new one, and
Because-
they explained that in the fucking series that it would take much longer.
Yeah, I mean, read the fucking books or watch the TV show for fuck's sake.
Yeah, please, for fuck's sake, do it. Okay. Here's a good video or a good question from Michael Crosby. I got an idea since you made that video about Dragon Ball. I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool in that universe, was one of the 12 universes, then Tantan grew up to get really powerful like Goku, and he and Goku would meet? Wouldn't it be funny to see their reactions? Both of them act the same. That would be a fun. People have asked about that. Like, there is a theory, and this is just a fan headcanon, that the 12 universes are all like Toriyama's other manga or whatever, which doesn't make sense because where is Champa from? But regardless, this is one of those things where I wouldn't mind seeing it in like maybe like a one-shot manga or something like that. I can't justify them doing a whole series about it though. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't personally want to see that, but that's all I'll say.
RPM Nation is plugging his channel. I know, bro. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say like it would be an interesting idea at very least, but I mean I'd rather just see what Toriyama comes up with, not really speculate until we see what he does.
Yeah, I agree. All right, this question again. Are you sure the one that gave you Big D was talking because of Big Dick and never told you the truth? Well, considering that I got that nickname when I was in 7th grade and nobody saw my penis in 7th grade except for the Catholic... nobody saw my penis in 7th grade, then no, that's not true. Moving on. Krillin Namek Saga after Guru unlocks his potential versus Goku Saiyan Saga, the one that fought Vegeta on Earth. That's an interesting question. I think Goku still wins. What do you think? Okay.
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty sure his Kaioken was still given way more of an edge.
If
I
if
mean,
yeah, you go.
I'm pretty sure there's official numbers on that somewhere, like exactly like how much he gained from that.
I mean, I still think Krillin would be able to beat Goku without Kaioken, obviously, because as we know, Goku's power level was only 8,000 at the time. And Krillin had a power level well past 10,000 at that stage. So
Yes.
yeah, I'd give Krillin without Kaioken, and maybe if he could connect with a Kienzan, then he could win. But I think because Goku has Kaioken, it's game over.
I agree. All right, this next one here. I'm gonna go with Zeon for this one. This is kind of one of these head scratchers. Place these guys in order from weakest to strongest: Broly, Bojack, Perfect Cell, Super Perfect Cell, Dabura, Hachiak, and Piccolo at the end of the Buu saga. Well, Piccolo is gonna be the weakest QAAMAN. So
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
I actually do think.
It's true.
I actually think it's very possible he would be the weakest out of these guys. Like, not even joking.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. So who would be the next weakest? Perfect Cell, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
And also, which Broly? Is it movie 8 Broly or movie 10 Broly? That's the other question. Because movie 10 Broly is a little bit stronger.
We'll go with movie 10 Broly. I'm going to say, though, that Bojack is probably weaker than Perfect Cell, considering Bojack got dropped by a single punch from SS2 Gohan. So I would say, like, he's probably not a lot weaker than Perfect Cell, but he's probably just, plus he doesn't have regeneration on his side. So, yeah, I would say, like, probably Bojack, then Perfect Cell, maybe Broly after that, then Super Perfect Cell.
I mean, you could make an argument that Broly is weaker than Bojack just based on the fact that Bojack was fighting a stronger version of Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. But I mean, there's no evidence to back that up either.
No, there's no evidence. Now, where do you place? Now, Dabura we know is equal to Cell. I'm guessing one of the two cells here. Where do you place Hachiak? Because I would place Hachiak right around Broly's level, actually, because he was. It's the same thing with all the movie villains, like you guys said. They all whoop ass until everybody gets together and come out with a way to win. I would put him right around there. Maybe a little bit weaker than Broly, but not too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember, like, it didn't take anything crazy for them to beat Hachiak.
It was like wasn't it like a 4 Kamehamehas or whatever, 3
yeah, it was
and
like 4,
Vegeta's.
I think it was like 4 Kamehamehas or whatever, and like they had to like time it properly, and that's all it took.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, where you have like Broly around that exact same time, and he kind of wrecked shit a lot harder than that in his movie. So I don't know. I'd probably say Hachiak is probably weaker than Dabra, and probably Super Perfect Cell.
Yep, I would agree. Anybody want to add to this before we move on?
No.
You
All
made
right.
that sound like beating a video game boss.
It sounds like it, right?
Hachiak was a video game boss.
Yeah, I know. That's the best part. He was
Yeah.
a video game boss. Remember that's a video game. Why do you have Frieza as a profile pic? Because I like Frieza. All right, we're gonna jump around here. It's just better to jump around. All right, here's a good one. Why did Krillin name his daughter after his ex-girlfriend? Now, Jay, we are going to test your Dragon Ball knowledge. Super Jay in here. Why did Krillin name his daughter after his ex-girlfriend?
Because he never had a better route than Marin. He was still obsessed with her.
That's not the real answer, but that's better than the real answer.
That's my answer.
That's my new headcanon. Fuck it.
Yeah. Marin rocked his world in the sack that hard that he just never got over her. He's like, 18's hot, but she's just not as good of a fuck.
I would believe that, actually. Well, the real answer, because this person might actually be wondering, is that he didn't, because Marin never existed in the manga.
Yeah, she's not canon.
Yeah, the reason why it just so happened that Marin, his daughter has the same name as his ex-girlfriend is because it's based on the pun of chestnuts, and I guess the animation staff picked up on the pun before Toriyama did. That's pretty much what happened. They thought of the same. It's literally like great minds think alike. That's literally what it was.
Yeah, and Marin was only there for, like, his girlfriend Marin was only there during the Garlic Jr. arc, and then for 1 episode or 2 episodes during the artificial human arc, and that was it.
That was it. Piccolo versus Broly. Which Piccolo and which Broly, bro? I'm not even gonna answer it. Mastered form Broly would win most of them. All right. Mastered form Golden Frieza versus Beerus. I'm still gonna go with Beerus because of how pussyfied he was in Resurrection F. But he's talking about mastered golden form as in like without the stamina issues.
Well, I mean, like the whole disparity between their power. Like, it didn't seem to be like, oh, Frieza didn't master his golden form. It's just his golden form just still wasn't strong enough.
Yeah, I mean, Beerus even before even before Golden Frieza started losing ki, Beerus didn't seem all that concerned with how strong Frieza was. He was pretty meh. He was just sitting there eating his sundae. So I really don't see Golden Form Frieza being stronger than Beerus.
Me neither. Now, I answered this question. I'm going to actually ask Clay this one right here, but I answered this question right here on alone, but I want to throw it to you guys here, specifically Zeon and Jay, and then Clay's going to get the next one. But why do people hate Broly? I don't think it's because of Broly himself. I think it's because of his fan base, Broly Tards, or as I call him, Broly Turds. I answered that already, but do you guys have anything to add to that?
He just answered his own question. I don't hate Broly. I just hate the fans of Broly because their logic is fucking stupid. That's what I'll say.
I'll go ahead and say I don't like Broly because he's a one-dimensional, shitty fucking character that just screams Kakarot. So, I mean, you know, like, there's nothing interesting about Broly to make him even a remotely engaging villain. He's just a fucking tank with flesh on top of it.
Yep.
He's not a good character. Get the fuck over it.
Clay, how strong is QAAMAN?
Well, QAAMAN's spirit animal is Piccolo, so that should give you a good idea.
He's weak
If you
against
hang
chopsticks.
if you hang out in like sushi restaurant and he eats a bit of sushi, he's going to like have an allergic reaction.
I would
die.
I would actually believe that. Now, what about this next question? Aquaman versus QAAMAN. Well, I mean, I was gonna make a very insensitive joke here, but I'm not. I'm just gonna let Clay answer this one.
I already know where you're going with this.
All right,
I'm
well,
not going to go there.
No,
I'm not going to go there.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it either. I was going to just say it.
oh, I was gonna say it too. And the funny thing is, we're probably thinking of three totally different jokes, anyways. But do you have anything to say about this one?
Aquaman could throw a truck.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. All right, Hercule, Mr. Satan. That's not his name, but okay. Versus Afro Samurai. Any thoughts on this?
That's
The
a
number
I would give the
one
win to Afro
headband?
Samurai.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Satan is stronger than regular humans, but if someone's got a weapon like we saw in the Buark, when he gets shot by a single handgun round, he goes down. I don't think it'd be any different if someone had a samurai sword and they hit him with it. I don't think he'd be able to block it.
I think Afro Samurai has like fought like more dangerous people. I mean not like one of those joke fights. I mean like an actual fight to the death. Some of his enemies were a bit more dangerous to him than Hercule could ever be.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm gonna go through. Okay, Superman versus Whis. Do you have anything to add to that, Clay?
This is the problem I have with Dragon Ball Super and the whole Superman debate. We don't know anything about Whis. We don't know anything about the Super Saiyan God form. Goku healed from a hole in his chest.
It's
and he's
changed
still
now.
not reached. Yeah. He
Go ahead.
still hasn't reached his full potential yet, right? With that form. He's like, yeah, I'm still getting stronger. So what do you expect?
Yeah, I hate death battles and I hate cross universe, and I'll just say that Death Battle, one video I did think that was retarded was Link beating Cloud. Go fuck yourselves.
Well, there's a new one now. Mr. Satan versus who was it? Zeon?
Dan. It was Dan.
Dan Hibiki
Yeah.
for Street Fighter.
Okay, I didn't watch it.
I mean, you know, Mr. Satan won, so people can shut the fuck up about DBZ characters losing for a change.
Yeah,
I guess.
but if you know anything about psychology, the thing is, you might think that's why they did it, but what they're actually doing is they're actually telling the community to fuck off because they're picking the weakest character in Dragon Ball and they're giving him a win. Like there's psychology there. You know what I mean? They're kind of saying, okay, fuck you. We're gonna pick your weakest guy and put him over. It's like a wrestling thing. I know about this from wrestling. They do this kind of shit to kind of fuck with people. You know, that's why I think they did it. Now, what about this one, Martian Manhunter versus Piccolo? I think Manhunter, bro.
All right. Yeah, see, when I first did my death battle, Martian Manhunter versus Piccolo, yeah, sure, they're both green and can regenerate, but the thing is, if you just think about them not knowing each other, right? Just standard rules, there's no prep time. Martian Manhunter's range on his mental powers, right? Like reading minds, lobotomizing people, that's the Earth.
Beyond Piccolo.
He can, yeah. Like Piccolo can't hide. Martian Manhunter can go intangible. So what is he going to do? Shoot a beam through him? Even if it does hit him, is going to go through him, and like Piccolo wouldn't know that Martian Manhunter flips out when he's near fire.
Well, he would if he set him on fire.
Yeah, if he sets him on fire.
That would be the
If
only
he
thing.
happens to set him on fire.
Yeah, I think Manhunter will win. Let's move up here. What do you think about the Russian sleep experiment? I don't really know anything about that. Anybody know anything about that?
No, I don't.
I
No?
forgot what that is. I remember hearing about it, but I forgot about it long ago.
Me neither. All right, let's move up here. Okay. All right. Oh, okay, we'll go. Clay, this one's for you, bro. People say Superman is strong and OP, but couldn't someone like Captain Ginyu and Dabura easily kill him with his spit or body change? I think so, but it all comes down to whether or not Superman will allow them to even hit that move off. And plus, I don't know if do you think Dabura's spit would actually work on Superman? That's the question.
I don't think so. I mean, it'll just melt. It just melts through stuff, right? There's nothing more than that.
It just turns you into
Like-
it turns you into stone.
Who am I thinking of then?
You're thinking of everybody else who
know-
spits. Reptile from Mortal Kombat. Or some of my exes, bro. They spit at you and it melts right through.
The answer is it wouldn't work because Superman's OP and his weaknesses are stupid. So sorry for any Superman fans out there. I really don't give a shit.
I'm not a Superman fan, so I don't care.
Jeff the Killer versus Slender Man.
The
Who's
fuck
Jeff?
is Jeff the Kill? I have no clue.
I don't know what the fuck that is either. All right, let's move on here.
Like you get really stupid questions. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
No,
I mean,
well,
there's some legit ones. There's also some really, really dumb ones.
Yeah, I now here's one that I actually want to get your thoughts on, Zeon. What are your thoughts on the Ocean dub replacing Shuki Levy with John Lee Mitchell and Tom Kenny's side? They got their music ported from the Mega Man and Monster Rancher cartoon. I feel that the Ocean dub replacing of Shuki Levy, first of all, Levy wasn't that great, but at least he had a couple of good tunes. But the fact that they recycle music from other cartoons is really, 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 really fucking stupid. I don't know what you think.
I completely agree. I mean, Shuki Levy, he isn't, brilliant, but I mean, he's got some good stuff in there, and there is no reason to not have him make more good stuff.
I guess he
or
wasn't
just
with. I
new
guess
stuff
because
in general.
I'm guessing because Saban wasn't associated with Blue Water or whatever. That's what I'm guessing. What the problem was,
I guess, but even so, like they could have gotten someone to do music, or even like the two guys who were mentioned, and to do new music instead of porting over music from other goddamn shows. It's just fucking lazy and cheap, is what it was.
And that's what it
showed
was.
no effort.
None. Another one for you, Zeon. Do you think that Goku GT base form is as strong as SSJ3 from the Buu saga? If yes, how do you think SSG stacks up to GT Goku? P.S. I know there isn't any info on multipliers on Super SSJG, but I want your thoughts. So, is base Goku as strong as SSJ3 from the Buu saga? I think yeah, because it all comes from that Ruldo fight, is what I'm guessing.
Yeah, the fucking Ruldo fight. He goes, he's stronger than Majin Buu. Even if he's talking about Fat Buu, like, Goku was kicking the shit out of Rildo in his base form. And, he basically just goes Super Saiyan to push Rildo further. And, yeah, I mean, there was... Yeah, base form Goku and GT, it's as ridiculous as it sounds, yeah, he's about SS3 Goku from Buu levels of power. As far as how I think he stacks up to SSG, like, GT Goku versus that, like, I mean, I think even without... I don't know, because like Super's getting kind of crazy now.
Yeah.
Ignoring the whole tearing the universe apart shit. Just going off of like the stated, Beer's 10%. Even if Goku at SS3 was only 1% if Goku was only like at SS3 was only 1% of Beer's, like SS2 Goku and GT should be like on par with Beer's, and then. The other, SS3 and SS4, and SS4 is fucking insanely powerful. Yeah, I mean, I don't still think it's a comparison at all. I mean, they're just that much stronger because it's that much later in the timeline.
Yeah, and the thing you have to keep in mind, folks, is that GT was written before Battle of God. Just remember that. Now, this next question I'm going to zip through here. He's talking about the Enduring Dragon, but it's another faster than light question. Okay, me and Zeon already covered this in another video. So go check it out on the channel. just look up, is Goku faster than the speed of light? How fast is Goku? It's on the channel. Me and Zeon and Fat Mike did it. So, all right, here's a good one for Jay. Take it, Jay.
I've always believed that half Saiyans were strength potential dependent on whether they were conceived. So Goten and Trunks have a higher potential than Gohan because Goku and Vegeta were much stronger at the time of birth.
From Donovan Wallace. There's something to that because Goten and Trunks do achieve SSJ at a very young age, but that's just bad writing.
It is a fan theory as well that the fact that when they were conceived, Goku and Vegeta had the ability to go Super Saiyan. I mean, it kind of makes sense when you think about it that that's a possibility, but it's never outright stated. And I've always felt anyway that, you know, Gohan's strength is dependent on his emotions anyway, and it doesn't seem to be the case for Goten and Trunks anyway. So
we've never really
they're two completely different characters.
We've never seen Goten and Trunks ever rage boost or anything close to it. So you know what I mean? Let's move on here. I'm trying to get some better questions. Okay, here's a good one for Jay as well. All right, how does the and actually for Zeon too? How does the Kaioken work? I mean, I know that by adding ×2 or ×3, the name it multiplies the user's key by that amount. But what about just regular Kaioken? Does it take the user from like 0 to max in an instant, or what? Also, does Chi-Chi know the Kaioken? Oh fuck, Chi-Chi does not. You know what?
Does not know
I'm gonna let y'all say. You're here. You know as much as I do. You know, just go ahead and say whatever you want.
Chi-Chi doesn't know the goddamn Kaioken, guys. Like she goes all kind of red aura for a fucking gag scene.
In a filler scene.
You know, it was a filler gag scene. It was a joke scene where she goes all red aura power up. Just because she has a red aura doesn't automatically mean she fucking knows Kaioken. It just means that she has a red goddamn aura.
And it was meant to be a joke.
Yeah, because by extension you could say just because Master Roshi pisses her off and she's holding a sword when they're talking to Palunga that you know, she's a fucking master sword user. I mean, it's the same sort of fucking thing.
Yeah.
So anybody want to explain? Go ahead.
As far as the Kaioken thing goes, Kaioken is Kaioken ×2. There is no Kaioken ×2. It's Kaioken and Kaioken ×3.
Exactly.
It's just the fucking dub that was the early dub fuck up that.
So for those of you that don't know math out there, if Goku was to use Kaioken at 8,000, his power would go up to 16,000. If he was to use ×3, it would go up to 24,000.
And ×4?
32,000.
All right. What about ×12? Fuck that.
Fuck that. My head's not working. And I got a flu. Come on, leave me alone.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on here. I'm not gonna answer that one right now, but again, some of these I am gonna answer. Let's see here. Beerus the Walking Retcon. How strong was Piccolo during the Cell game? Well, Jay, you did a video about how strong Vegeta was during the Cell game. What do you think about Piccolo from Swagamus Prime?
I mean, I think he was ballpark with Super Saiyan Grade 2 Trunks and Vegeta, even though in the manga it was shown that Vegeta and Trunks had abandoned the Super Saiyan Grade 2 form and they were working on full power Super Saiyan. So they were working on basically the state that Goku and Gohan achieved in the Room of Spirit and Time.
Which makes more sense compared to Vegeta figuring it out, yeah.
Yeah, Vegeta was the first one to figure it out when they came out. So I would say Piccolo is not as strong as Trunks or Vegeta, but I would say he's ballpark. And you could argue that he's close, if not stronger, just based on the fact he's doing the best against the Cell Juniors. But you really don't. You see a lot more of the fighting in the anime than you do in the manga with the Cell Juniors. I would have to say though he's ballpark with Vegeta and Trunks. I don't think he could beat Vegeta or Trunks, but I don't think he's that far behind them.
Anybody want to add to that? Okay. That's it. All right, now the next question is actually exactly what you said. I'm wondering why Vegeta did not copy Goku in the Cell arc and simply get used to being SSG all the time. Well, like Jay just said, he tried in the manga. He definitely tried.
He basically went into the Room of Spirit and Time a second time, emulating what Goku and Gohan did. He didn't have a training partner. The whole point to that was once Goku and Gohan got used to the full power Super Saiyan form, they basically started. So once they had it as their natural state and they were used to being in that form, and Vegeta even stated in the original dub that their ki felt natural, so it was like they were in their base forms. So when they were used to that, they trained like it was their normal forms. Vegeta didn't have a training partner, hence why he couldn't achieve the same upgrade that they did.
Very good, very good. Let's see here. Around 100 Kaioken, because unlike Super Saiyan, it puts no strain on your base form until your body shrinks out of it. Is this part of another question? I don't know. How do you think an Ozaru Kaioken would work, and how do you think it would compare to SJ transformation? The same thing we talked about earlier. You take your Ozaru form, 10,000 is what Goku's was, I think, in Dragon Ball, and then it becomes 20,000. And would it be possible? I don't see why not. Is there any material that tells us that there's no way they can do that?
I mean, if you have control over your Uzaru form, like, say, Vegeta does, then there's no reason why, I mean, you can use techniques in that form, and that's all Kaioken is a technique.
Yeah, we see Baby do it in GT. He uses a Gallic gun against Goku in his Uzaru form, so, I mean, it's the same thing, you know what I mean?
And no, and the thing is that he says here it would destroy SJ3. No, it would not. Not even close. Not even the same ballpark. SJ3 would murder. I mean, unless we're talking about an Uzaru on the GT level, Vegeta, Nappa, Radix, Goku in their Uzaru forms from the Sign Arc or whatever, or before, they couldn't fuck with SJ3. It's just a totally different gap. Okay. If the Harmony Gold dub was successful and Dragon Ball was successful with the late 80s, early 90s generation, how different would it be for a late 20-year-old, early 30-year-old talking about Dragon Ball Z instead of us? I'm going to go to Zeon for this because he was around back then.
Bitch, you were around too. You're just as old as I am.
Yes, I am.
First off.
Wait, actually, I'm 2 weeks older than you. But
Yeah.
I'm asking you because Clay's kind of a younger guy, and Jay got into it a little bit after we did, so I figured you'd be the best one, yeah.
I'm going to say right now, if Harmony Gold had picked up Dragon Ball Z and that had been the prevailing version, first off, it would have been a way more butchered, rearranged version.
It would have been on the 4Kids level, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been like, not even like, oh god, it would have been worse than 4Kids because at least 4Kids still maintained some of the names. I guess Harmony Gold would have maintained some names, but the big thing that would have changed is, like, right now, like, right now, we can get Dragon Ball Z uncut. We can get Dragon Ball GT. We can get all of that uncut. We're getting Blu-rays. We're getting DVDs. I don't think that would be the case with Harmony Gold. If anyone knows anything about Harmony Gold, like, you've ever seen the whole fucking Macross Robotech issue, Harmony Gold's a bunch of motherfuckers, and they won't let anybody do anything with Macross. And
you cannot get the original version, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you cannot get the original Japanese. I mean, there's been a couple of rare occasions where we're like, here, like, we licensed it out to this company, and this company is now putting it out. But those boxes are super hard to find. If Dragon Ball Z would probably be the exact same situation, where it'd be like, they might release, a partially subbed or dubbed set, or, we might not even have all of it, and it'd be super rare. It'd be like Dragon Box levels just to own a standard release of it, and it would suck fucks.
It would suck fucks.
Yes.
All right. Monkey D. Luffy versus Piccolo Daimao. I don't know shit about Luffy, bro.
I mean, where I've been in the manga, I'm not that far, so, I mean, I still think, like, Piccolo Daimao's wrecking cities. I don't think Luffy can do that. So, anyone else? I mean, definitely not Jay. Like, Clay?
Nah.
Yeah.
What color hair would SSG, SS2, and 3 be? Blue, bro. Come on, you know this already. If the other ones stay gold, again, guys, critical thinking. If the other ones stay gold, then, and this is blue, it would be blue. So, there you go. I'm trying to find a question for Clay here. Lord Build versus Hachiyak, would you like to see Future Trunks return in Dragon Ball Super? I'm gonna ask. Well, first of all, okay, Lord Build. Okay, it's Beerus, and this is a retarded question. This is fucking retarded. Beerus versus Hachiyak. What do you think, motherfucker? Second of all, would you like to see Trunks return in Dragon Ball Super? I personally don't care. Does anybody want to throw in their 2 cents about Trunks coming back?
Future Trunks wouldn't fit into the Battle of Gods arc at all. It would make no sense for him to come back, especially you're giving character development to Kid Trunks. And Beerus versus Hachiyak, it's not even a fucking fight, dude. Come on.
Yeah, as far as the Future Trunks thing goes, it would be stupid pandering bullshit to Future Trunks fans. It wouldn't make any goddamn sense.
It would.
Mike Zero.
Well, him and many others. Soul Animation too. Clay,
Please don't ask me that one.
Yes, it's for you, bro. Comic book ones go to you, dude.
Superman would win this. Superman would win that one.
Goku from Dragon Ball Evolution versus Superman from Smallville.
Oh yeah. By the way, dude, FYI, there's 2 L's in Smallville. You type small vial, so good work.
Jay's more of a dick on this than Zeon. So you think it would be
Right? I have to like up my game. Fuck.
All right, here's a good one. All right. Hey, Senpai Big D, do you like Sean Schemmel's work as Goku, Kaiosama, and Nail? I met him at a panel once and he talked about how he studied Buddhism and read Journeys to the West and the original manga, his original voice, try and get in the characters' heads. I do respect him, and he's kind of earned my respect recently. In the last like 10 years, when he first started doing Goku, it's not that I didn't respect him. I just thought that he kind of sucked at first, but they all did. Again, we're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. They didn't know what they were doing. I still think that his Kaiosama's horrible. I think that his, it's just fucking terrible, and I don't even remember his nail. Does anybody else want to comment on Sean Schemmel? I think in Resurrection F, I thought he was great.
His nail was okay, but the nail in Kai in the Japanese dub is better, in my opinion. And Goku, he has become the English Goku, in my opinion. He is better than the Ocean dubbed Goku. That's my opinion.
Well, there's like 3 Ocean dub Gokus, though.
Yeah, I know, but I would have to say that he is the definitive English Goku. But obviously, he still doesn't touch Misaka Nozawa in terms of like fame and just popularity.
Yeah, well, in this country, he would be more famous, I would say, but yeah.
Internationally, he wouldn't touch.
No, not internationally. But yeah, does anybody want to add any thoughts about Schemmel, Zeon, or Clay?
I like Schemmel. I mean, I think he's a good voice actor now. Definitely not when he started in DBZ, but I mean, he's definitely got a lot better. I like him a lot. I still think I like Peter Clemish, I think is
Peter
Kalamas, the second one. The second one, yeah.
Yeah, like the second Goku, like, especially like his performance in the movies. Like that's still my favorite Goku performance. But yeah, Schemmel's a very close second.
Let's not forget about Barbara.
Oh yeah, Barbara Goodson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the legendary performance of Zero.
She's pretty awesome. All right, here we go. Hey, Senpai Big D, what if Suru Senen, Muten Roshi, Cyborg Pai Pai, Tao Pai Pai, Android 8... Okay, so you're using the Japanese words, then you go to Android. Come on, bro. Arali and Baba's fighters all train with Kami and help the Z fighters fight against the Saiyans. I like this question because, okay, I don't think that Suru Senen would have done too much, maybe, but I do think that if it was Roshi, Tao, I don't know about Hachan, but Roshi, Tao, and Arali and Baba's fighters would have definitely helped, especially Arali against Vegeta and Nappa. What do you guys think?
I mean, I think personally there's too much of a gap between any Dragon Ball characters with Vegeta and Nappa, but that's just my opinion.
Well, Arali is extremely OP back then, so I think there's a chance for her. I do think so, but and also Tao Pai Pai is a martial artist. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Tao Pai Pai might make a difference. I don't think the Muten Roshi would. Hachan, like, I mean, we never even got to see like his full capability, so maybe, who knows?
Yes.
I mean, he is part human, so he could get stronger.
Now
Arali can't get stronger because she's a robot, but
yeah, but she's already super strong.
She's already super OP.
Now, Baba's fighters though, Devilman and his technique would probably kill Vegeta and Nappa, if I think about it.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, there's that.
So would they go through training the same way the Z fighters went through it? Like,
I would think so.
They had like knowledge of this beforehand, so.
Well, it says there if they all trained with Kami, so I guess.
I mean, it would also be ridiculous, and it would be like what? Like it would be like 10-2 or 10 versus 2 instead of or whatever. Because, all right, it's Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, Tenshinhan, and Yamcha. And Chaozu. That's 6 guys. We're not counting Goku because he was still on his way back. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 versus 2. I mean, Vegeta and Nappa are strong. Vegeta could probably take most of these guys out, but I don't know, man. If Arali trained, it would be tough. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, Senpai, do you ship QAAMAN and BLACKENFIST? I totally ship you and Jay. Oh, Jay. I do.
Sure, one.
I do.
The thing is, who's the top and who's the bottom?
Between me and Jay or between me and QAAMAN and BLACKENFIST?
No. QAAMAN and BLACKENFIST. I mean, we all know Jay's on top, dude. We don't need to fucking pretend.
Well, I guess it depends on the day, bro, and how hard they worked earlier in the day. That's all I can think of.
Well, thing is, I figured, BLACKENFIST, I mean, he'd be the lazier of the two, and it would just be the bottom, just kind of take it. So, I mean, maybe that's just my headcanon.
Well, that's your headcanon for fucking for Juan. All right, this is a good one for Jay. All right, Senpai Big D, how does Super Perfect Cell even work or exist? Did Cell go Super Saiyan or get a Zenkai or something? You actually answered your own question, but Jay, did you want to elaborate at all on this?
I mean, he pretty much straight up states in the manga and the anime that he got a similar boost to the Saiyans when he came back from death. So again, that proves that the Zenkai's work when you come, like he was near death, but I mean, it's more or less the same thing. So it's just basically a Zenkai boost, and it was an OP one to the point where it put him on the same level, if not greater, than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan.
All right, Senpai, did Dr. Gero create the Muscle Tower's Full Metal Jacket android? He's probably talking about Metallic, and I don't think he counts as one of the regular ones, but I'm assuming that he at least helped. What do you think? Is there any material that says that he definitely did create Metallic?
Nope, none at all. Not that I know of. And
because he was,
as far as Metallic goes.
Anyways,
I mean,
you never even hear him in Dragon Ball anyway, so it's just people saying, oh, but because he's in this point of the series, he must have created Android. They like the Full Metal Jacket Android.
Because Metallic doesn't have a number, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think if Metallic were an artificial human, he'd have a number, just like Hachan did. So.
Yeah, it's just implied that from a Toriyama interview, he said that Gero helped the Red Ribbon Army design technology.
I'll answer. Skynet created him. There you go.
That's the real answer. All right, now here's a great question. Who's your favorite movie villain from movie 1 through 13? I'm gonna start with Clay.
Mine would be Broly.
Come on, bro. All right, fine.
I did like Broly. I won't lie. I did like him. Sure, he was one-dimensional, but it was a good fight.
It was. Zeon, your favorite movie villain?
Uehiro from the second movie.
That's Dr. Willow for a lot of you who don't know, but it's supposed to be Uehiro. Yeah.
But for the dubbies, Willow or Willow, whatever.
Willow. Yeah. Yeah, and then.
But yeah, I thought he was probably the most interesting. Had the most interesting. I
love that movie.
Reasons for his acts. So yeah.
Jay, who's your favorite movie villain?
Probably Metacooler. I don't know. I just like Metacooler, even though Zeon would say he doesn't have a whole lot of backstory and it's just a cliche revenge plot. I like Metacooler, but I also like Harudegan as well.
I like Janemba just because I love the way he looks. That whole he's pure evil. I really like that right there. Did you just move to Florida? No, I've lived here since 1988. So let's see. I'm trying to find another good one here for Clay, and then we'll probably wrap it up here shortly. I'm probably 2 or 3 more, and then we're out of here. Let's see. Yes, yeah, it's fucked up because I usually get comic book questions, and I'm not getting that many here. I'm getting all Dragon Ball questions, and Clay is much smarter than I am when it comes to comics. Real quick. What's my canon? I'm gonna do a video about that someday, maybe never. The day after never. What age did you lose your virginity? Should I ask you guys this? You know what? That's too personal. Do you know how to cook? Some things. Can you follow me on Twitter? How the fuck can I follow you if I don't know who you are? This again. Fuck!
We already answered that. Come on, be original, guys.
Do the Mekis that dick?
That one's a great question for QAAMAN. He'd know. I'm
saving this one for last. All right. Could Gine, Goku's mother, still be alive? I don't think so, unless they do a dose. Huh?
You spelled Gine wrong too, dude. Just saying.
Yeah, I think Gene. Gene had a machine. No.
Seriously, guys, come on, fucking go to school. Seriously.
Here's a good one. Who is stronger at the end of the Buu saga, Ten Shinhan or Kuririn?
I go Ten Shinhan personally. I just think because Ten Shinhan, all he does is train in solitude. So and Kuririn, I struggle to say the Japanese name.
Kuririn
is a devoted family man. He looks after his daughter. So I'd have to go Ten Shinhan. And based on what we see Ten Shinhan do in the Buu arc, in the Cell arc on Cell, I'd have to say Ten Shinhan.
Roderick Davis and Zeon. Do you have anything to add to that?
That's definitely Ten Shinhan, dude. Like he does nothing but train. Kuririn kind of spent 7 years just fucking 18, which isn't the worst way to spend 7 years.
Nah.
But I mean, he did spend 7 years pretty much just fucking 18.
Let me answer that one.
This one, yeah, that's I know. I'm gonna. All right, wait. Before we get there, Mr. Kubrick wants to know: would you let Princess Leia give you a blowjob? I don't see why not, honestly.
Not a
Okay,
fact.
wait,
Yeah.
Mr. Kubrick, Silver Surfer versus Goku. Yes, Clayyton, answer this.
I honestly,
Uh?
I don't quite remember Silver Surfer's powers. I mean, all I
He has
remember from
cosmic.
Silver
He has
Fur-
the power cosmic,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
He has power cosmic. I remember that it's really convenient. But can he beat Goku?
And is it just a movie canon thing, or is it when he's separated from his surfboard he loses his powers? Is that in the comic books as well?
No, he can like have his power without his surfboard.
Okay, because I was gonna say
He
if that's the
can-
case, Goku would just knock him off his surfboard.
Like that silver stuff, he can take that off.
Okay.
I remember that much, but I don't remember the upper extent of his powers. I can't think of any feats at the moment. So I'm just gonna go with Goku.
All right.
No, screw it, Silver Surfer.
What about the
I
the
mean-
new God Power Goku?
I doubt it then. I mean, it depends on how much he can regenerate. Like, if he could do something like Deadpool, then what's the point?
I see your
A big-
point.
Big fan of your work too, Stanley Kubrick. Keep up the good work back in the day that you used to do.
Yeah. All right.
No. Why do you hate Epsilon? We have to answer.
Well, yeah, but I'm going. That's the next one. I'm just gonna answer this one real quick. So the season set today is I love Kenji's work, but I can't really dish out much cash at the moment on DVDs, even if it's Dragon Ball. Well, I wouldn't buy it at all if you don't have the money. But I think he's talking about how should I watch Dragon Ball. If you can't get the Dragon boxes, I mean, I know you guys. Actually, both of you guys, Jay and Zeon, I know you guys did favor these level sets, but that's not the entire series. So if you're gonna get Dragon Ball outside of the Dragon boxes, the best way, I guess, would be the new Blu-rays. That's the only way I can think of that would be the second best way.
Yeah, correct.
Which is not good because those Blu-rays are a significant drop in quality. All right, I'm gonna go back to it, bro. Geekdom, Bardock is in the DB manga. He's in 2 pounds. Toriyama drew and made him. Did you not see him there? Well, I did a video about Bardock where I actually show the panel. So obviously, I did see him. Obviously, because I did a fucking video about
And
it.
just because Toriyama did a manga panel about it doesn't mean it's better than the fucking TV special. The TV special's still better.
Well, he's talking about how Bardock was in a flashback sequence in the original manga. That's what he's talking about.
Okay,
Which
I
is
guess, yeah,
referring
on
to
in the Namek arc. Yeah, I
Yes.
guess,
I guess he's saying the canon thing, but I already explained in my video. Go watch it. Who is Bardock, the father of Goku? That even though he's in the manga, he didn't create him. That's not a Toriyama creation. Beerus, and actually Bardock is the only character that's an anime character that was anime first. He's the only one. Beerus versus God of Creation. The God of Creations are the Kais, and Beerus will whoop their ass from Brian Bamford. Remember, guys, the God of Creations are the Kais. Remember that. All right, let's get to it. I'm just gonna sit back and let Jay and Zeon talk. Why do you hate Dragon Ball Epsilon? Oh my God.
Well, you see. the
You
thing here is
see?
that most of the
Let Super Jade educate you.
Yeah. I won't say most or all. A large portion of the American Dragon Ball community don't understand the themes or what the show's actually about.
No, wait,
The
before
thing
you
is that-
before you go any further, I just want to say one thing. Melavelli, who does Absalon, I don't know if he's American, but he did grow up on the dub, so continue.
Yeah, well, regardless, if you've grown up on the dub version of the show, that version of the show completely misses the themes and the story of what the show's actually about. And seeing as Absalon's based off of that version of the story, seems to be inspired by that version of the show, it is by extension trash. That's all I have to say.
Really? I thought you were going to say more. Okay, then Zeon can pick up from here. Why is it trash,
Okay,
in your opinion?
Okay, my whole thing is, it does miss the whole kind of points of that. It is the gritty 90s comic book reboot of Dragon Ball that nobody fucking asked for. It is the Todd McFarlane adaptation of Dragon Ball. It tries to be extra dark and extra fucking gritty. It doesn't make any fucking sense contextually with the series, or anything. You have fucking long. It's obviously supposed to be set after GT, but then you have super long-haired Trunks. It's why the hell does Trunks have this super long hair when he's supposed to be the representative of goddamn Capsule Corp, when he's supposed to look professional as fuck? Doesn't make goddamn sense. You have Goten and Trunks, who are apparently still in prime fighting condition, even though they haven't fucking trained in 15 goddamn years. Yeah, it's all stupid ass fan pandering. it completely misses a lot of the fucking point of these characters. It's all about just look how badass we can make them. Look how dark and edgy it is. It misses the fucking point. And also, fucking Future Trunks coming in with his giant ass sword. Like, it makes no sense for Future Trunks to even fucking be there. His giant ass sword is also stupid fan pandering goddamn bullshit. All of it is bullshit.
Last thing I will add to is if you actually enjoy Absalon and you think it is a good extension of Dragon Ball, then that says a lot about your knowledge and your fandom as a whole. You're not a true fan. Fuck off.
Ouch.
All right. But you were spot on when you said that it is a grittier comic book version of Dragon Ball. I think my opinion, and I'm not going to go too deep into it, my opinion is that if you look at it as that, and remember it is a fan, creation, then you can live with it. Clay, do you have any thoughts at all on Absalon?
I haven't heard of Absalon, to be honest, but that whole part where you were describing people have not trained, so
I mean,
they've pretty much
Broly's
gotten
in
weaker.
Your favorite.
Well, that says a lot. That says a lot about the series already.
I mean, one thing I don't get is how people can say that, hey, he didn't train. He didn't train, so he lost his powers and, all that junk, right? But the thing is, they're the Z Fighters, so they know that they're going to be in a fight at some point because, it's been happening a lot throughout their lives, right? So I'm not saying, hey, they're going to be TNing all over the place, but a minimum amount of training.
I like how you made it a verb, TNing. It's a verb now. I like
but
Clayton,
I believe
bro.
they'd be doing a minimum amount of training just to stay where they are.
Yeah.
Not necessarily get stronger, but stay where you are so you don't get screwed over later.
Well, Goten's
Like,
getting all
every
kinds of
time-
pussy, so.
Every time I see something like some fan fiction or something where they're like, yeah, he didn't train, so he lost it. And I'm like, he knows he's going to be fighting at some point. Like, it's just something that happens.
Now, before we get to this question, which is going to be, those of you who have stuck around for over an hour now, this is probably going to be the last question. But before I get to this, I want to actually go to Jay for these two because Jay does own this. And this is a very common.
I own the first 3 volumes.
Well, yeah, so do I. And that's kind of my question. A lot of people have asked about this, Jay. So educate the people. Are the full color manga volumes censored? And how accurate are the translations of the Dragon Ball full color comics? Well, first of all, the Viz translations are the same, and there are a few translation issues, but that goes to that. But talk about the censorship.
I mean, the censorship's more about nudity. They don't seem to, cover up too much of the blood and stuff. The one part that is censored is not, well, it's actually not censored. People think it's censored, is the scene when Piccolo fires his Makanko Support through Raditz and Goku. That is not actually censored. That was just more gory in the anime. So it's actually not censored, the manga volumes. The only thing they will censor in some of the Vizbig editions is the nudity at times. You have to get certain versions to see things like Bulma's titties if you're into that sort of stuff. But what I will say is the full color manga volumes, it's censored, and the translation, it's censored to a degree, and the translations are relatively accurate, especially in comparison to the original Funimation dub. So if you read the manga, even if it's the color or the Vizbig, it's still way more accurate than watching the Funimation version of the show.
Very good.
Okay, Danny, you have to fucking answer that question. Put this fool in his place.
All right, I am going to. Those of you who have stuck around, you're about to get a treat here. First of all, Geekdom. Bardock is in the damn DBZ manga. First of all, there's no such thing as a Dragon Ball Z manga. It's Dragon Ball. Viz renamed it Z to differentiate so that the anime fans could have an easier way to buy it. And I know this. Again, I did a video about this, but this is a 2-month-old question. Okay, this question right here. Has Goku T23 ever made a bad video? The question should be, has he ever made a good video? And I'm going to just give my thoughts, and then I'll because Zeon probably has a lot to say. I'm just going to say this about Goku T23. Hadir, okay? I have no personal problem with Goku T23. The problem with Goku T23 is that he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, and the fact that he has more subscribers than everybody on this call is extremely pathetic and sad, because there's been a number of videos that he's done where he's literally either hit us with worthless bullshit headcanon, gone with the dubisms, done little to no research, sucked off for Neverworld's dick, which is a huge mistake. I remember when he did the red versus blue video that he did, where when he first found out about me, he literally said, guys, I can't believe it. Toriyama officially said that God is stronger than God SS. And if you don't believe me, here's a link to the article. And the link was to For Neverworld's fucking YouTube. And when I saw that, I said, are you just trying to suck his dick? Like, are you just trying to fucking kiss up to him? So here's the problem with Hadir, all right? Again, nothing personal against him, but I know for a fact that he has me blocked on his YouTube because I've left comments on his YouTubes recently and nobody's responded to the comments. And when you leave a comment on somebody's YouTube and nobody responds, and it's happening on multiple videos, especially me, who people know now, the guy's got you blocked. When you block somebody on YouTube, it's like they're invisible. So the reason why he blocked me is because I kept correcting his fucking mistakes. Because all he would do is make mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake in his fucking shitty videos, copying half his topics from QAAMAN, which is what he did. And QAAMAN has talked about it. He won't say it publicly, but QAAMAN doesn't like him for that reason. And the fact is that if I'm coming to you and I'm telling you you're fucking wrong, and your ego is so big and your dick is so small that you at least don't look into the fact that somebody's saying that you're wrong, then you can fucking get fucked for real, bro. Because I probably, and this is going to sound egotistical, I probably know more about Dragon Ball in my left testicle than that guy does in his whole fucking body. So the fact that he actually has the audacity to block me, did I take it personal? I didn't take it personal, but now he's grouped in the fucking category with several other YouTubers that I'm never, ever, ever going to work with, because if I'm coming to you saying you're fucking wrong, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and I'm doing it in a polite way, hey man, you know, you should do your homework. Actually, this is what was said. And you block me because you can't handle the fact that somebody called you out on your fucking lack of research and your laziness, then you can get fucked. Does anybody want to add to that?
I agree. I'll just quickly add that this is by extension, and I'm not going to.
And by the way, he can't even fucking spell or speak English properly. All right, I'm fucking 4 and 2, motherfucker, and I can speak it properly.
This is by extension a lot of the large YouTubers in the Dragon Ball community. I'm not going to name names at all, but I will say that if you people have that many subscribers and you have an obligation to your subscribers and to the Dragon Ball fandom as a whole, if you are a true fan, do your research. Otherwise, it just makes you look like an idiot, especially when you've got people with 100,000 less subscribers or 50,000 or 20,000 less subscribers correcting you. It just makes you look like a fucking moron. So just do your research. That's all I have to say.
Zeon?
I'm like, dude, you covered everything I wanted to say and lambast that guy for. I'm speechless, and I'm also very proud of you for that one. That was fucking beautiful. It brought a tear to my eye. It really did.
A tear to your glass eye?
Dude.
What about you, Clay? I mean, Clay will vouch. QAAMAN does not like this guy because he stole his fucking ideas. That's a fact.
It comes up often.
It does come up.
Lie, it comes up often.
It does come up. He stole his fucking what ifs, and the thing is that his what if, he's done a couple of what ifs that are kind of cool. Like I'm not gonna hate on the guy completely. He's done a couple of what ifs that are kind of thought provoking. But do your goddamn homework, bro. And it just fuck, bro. What a fucking moron that guy is. And that's it. That's my thoughts on Goku T23, huh?
Yeah,
other guy?
I don't even care if you make crap videos. As long as the content in your videos is actually not false and it actually doesn't spread false fucking rumors around the Dragon Ball community. You can have the shittiest videos on YouTube. I don't care as long as you're fucking not spreading rumors.
I even hit the guy up and I was like, hey man, you know, I remember we were talking about collabing with him. And the reason why I wanted to collab with him was to kind of, you know, show him the way. And then all of a sudden I find out that I'm blocked. I'm like, okay, well, he can't handle the heat. He can't handle somebody correcting him. Well, if you can't handle somebody correcting you on your obvious bullshit,
get the fuck off YouTube.
Get the fuck off YouTube or just fucking croak. What were you going to say, Clayyyyton?
I have no problem with anyone as long as they're not clickbaiting.
I don't know if he clickbaits or not, but his thumbnails are goddamn eyesores. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
Who's that one dude that like had just red and black text and that's it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. That could be anybody.
With an M. Started with an M.
I have no clue who that is.
Mike.
I don't know. There's nobody. The only guy on YouTube named Mike that matters is fucking Fat Mike, and that's barely. He barely matters. And and
Hey, he
LaBrie.
matters to McDonald's and multiple fast food chains around America. Thank you very much.
Oh my god. All right, we're done. This thing's gone 90 minutes. I can't. I'm having a good time, but I can't keep this going any longer. Jay's sick, and Zeon is sick of hearing my voice. And
I need to take a slash like crazy. By the way,
I haven't slept in close to 20 hours.
Why?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, why?
Because I've just had crap to do.
There are some good questions here that I really wanted to get into, but I guess we'll get into them next time. Well, get some sleep, Clay. Jesus. All right. Well, thanks everybody for checking out the 25,000 subscriber Q&A. If you made it this far, I appreciate everything, and we'll probably come back and do another one of these days like this. No, I cannot hook you up with a job, bro, unless you want a hand or a blow. I can get you that. Anyways, check out Hail Zeon. Check out Super Jayain. Check out Comic Corner, and I'll catch your fuck ass down the road. Fuck
Later, guys.
Goku T23.
Peace.